Hello everybody, welcome to the third part of the preparation for the Chevening interview. I hope you have watched the first and the second part where we covered 10 questions in each part, and now this is the last part and the 10 other important questions that I'm going to explain one by one. I just have to tell you one thing, that if you are here so far, I appreciate. Thank you for your nice comments. I will take my time very soon to answer the comments as soon as possible. And I hope these questions and answers that I'm preparing for you, it helps you ace and prepare you for the interview. Please don't forget to like these videos and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to write your comments, and also when is your interview date in the comments below. I really want to see that. And the last thing, I just wrote some more questions or tips, not questions but tips. That's going to be the fourth video, it will also pop up somewhere here very soon. You will see that once you're done with this. At the end of the clip, you can go to that short clip as well. I explain some other important tips to prepare you for the interview as well. So before I take more of your time, I think it's good to dive deep into the questions. And if you have any more questions, that if you have any experience or something, feel free to write your comments, write your story, like questions, what you have experienced in the comments below, and maybe we can talk about it or create another video clip for that. Okay, so let's go to the questions. We are in part 3, as you know, and we are in question 21. Question 21. What do you want to learn during your masters? You are a successful person, as you already described, so why a masters or another masters? Maybe this question looks a little bit too, wordy, and the reason is that we are not in the beginning of the interview. We are like maybe at least 20 minutes have already passed in an actual interview until you are here. So the reason why you are or you will be asked this kind of question is because you say, well, I am very active, I have this job, I'm very successful, and all these things. And the panel will ask you the question, okay, if you are a successful person, if you have a job, if you have all these things, that you are a leader, and why do you want to take a master's? Or maybe if you already have a master, why do you take another master's? So this is the place that you need to be very attentive. First of all, in all your interview, to be attentive enough to not say that, well, I'm a very complete person, and be very cocky. I believe that's not going to help you very much. So it's good to say, well, I'm smart, I'm honest, I know things how to do, but still, like Stephen Jobs had said, be hungry and be foolish. And the reason is, at the same time, you say, well, I need to learn these things to, be a better expert in this field for my country, or I really don't know these things. I believe the masters will prepare me to work for these things. If it's your second master, then you say the differences between your first master's degree and also the second one that you take. Maybe that was in your country, and now you want to go to the UK to pursue another master's, then you can you can easily provide reasons, because the UK, because of international connections, because of the English language, or maybe in an outsider country, and also the best quality of education and these things. So this is very important in case to remember during your whole interview, to be smart enough and at the same time to show yourself that you need to go and learn something more. Question 22. Why this city? London, Birmingham, or X city? So probably we have already answered that question. If you are new to this channel, please watch the first and the second part. There we have already discussed about the universities. So you will be asked why this city, why maybe London, Birmingham, Aberdeen, Edinburgh, why this city? Then also not just the university, of course they will ask you why this university, but you have to say why, they will ask you about the city as well. And then you say, well, the reason I have selected this city, for example, my answer was, I chose Aberdeen because Aberdeen's far away from London, and I don't really like city traffic, buses and taxis and noise, and a lot of vivid colors around me that distracts me from from paying attention to my studies. I'm not a party guy, but I'm more of a networking and a social guy. So I said, if I am in London and then there are a lot of events happening every day almost. There are events, seminars, workshops, and speeches and these things happening all around London. And I said, if I'm in London, probably I will start to go to these seminars, these workshops, these events, and it's of course valuable for me, but at the same time it distracts me, it takes my time. So I think and also the traffic is always of course bad in the cities, big cities everywhere. So Aberdeen is a small city, it's jungles, a river, the sea, it's very close to nature, very far away from crowded places. There are not so much distractions. I think I'm going to enjoy very much there, and that's my type. That's why I have chosen Aberdeen. And I think the same thing you can talk or discuss about your own universities, why you have chosen them, and yeah. 23. Will you participate in any extracurricular activities or apply for internship or work in the UK during your stay or when it is completed? So it could be partly a tricky question to see your motive, whether you want to return back to your country or not. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't say that I don't want to work. Actually, I said yes, I will definitely look for internships during my stay in the UK or during my studies. And the reason is because, staying in the UK, having internships during my stay in the UK, it helps me to get both theoretical and practical experience. Totally, European or British, and then bring it back to my country when my studies are done, so that I not only know the books and the theory, which I could have read it myself, but I have also, for example, worked in law firms or in places where it's with arbitration centers or mediation centers. And one of the reasons that I didn't write thesis or dissertation, I had professional skills, which was like practical work, was the same thing, because I want to, have practical experience. I think it's good to say that you want to take internship. And about the extracurricular activities, I said yes, because Aberdeen University, we had USA, it was like a student association, and I was also a member of the student association, not just a member who goes there and just votes and says nothing. Actually, I was working. I was the student representative for law students, for the graduate or PG, postgraduate students, and that was a good thing. Well, I didn't know it during the interview, but I wish I knew it. That wouldn't make any difference for me. But for you, it would make a difference to say, well, yes, I will definitely take part in, student associations. I can not just be a member, but also work for the staff, be representative of your department, political science, IT, law, whatever your field is. And I also participated during my master's degree again in William C. Viss International Commercial Arbitration Moot. Those of you who are law students, and you are interested in business or arbitration, you know what I mean. So I also participated. So during my studies, actually, I was a law representative. I participated in this moot court competition, as I said, and I was also okay, and I was also writing articles for Aberdeen University Student Magazine. So these are the things, at least two of them, I talked about it when I was in the interview, which you need to do research and prepare yourself, when you're talking about the university and extracurricular activities. And once when I'm done, I said probably I will be returning back to Afghanistan, so I will not be looking to work, but I will definitely return because I had job guarantee that I would take it back upon my return. Question 24. How will you manage your schedule and classes during your time in the UK? So if you be careful, do not say that, okay, I want to be a student representative, I want to write articles, I want to go to seminars, I want to participate in moots. So all these things, if you say I want to work, it will be more than your goal. Your goal is to go and, do your masters. And in the UK, believe me guys, it's not easy. So how will you manage your time? Because the panel, they know, the hustle. And then you have to say, well, and you have to give examples of your current life if you face this question. Don't say that I will do this, I will do that. No, it's not about what you will do. It's about what you are currently doing. You can say, well, at the moment, I'm in my country and I have a lot of things to do. I have a family to take care. I have a full-time job. I have a volunteer work. I work for this magazine writing articles. I do these extracurricular activities. I run a YouTube channel and all these things. And when I go to the UK, I don't have a family to take care. I don't have a full-time job to pay attention. So instead, I will shift my schedule from my working life to a studying and a being proactive person, girl or boy. So this is how you change it. So be careful. Don't say, okay, I will make a schedule to wake up at 5 o'clock and do this and do that. So instead, try to give practical examples of what you are currently doing and shift it to the other. Question 25. How will you handle being away from home, family, and friends? What will you do when you get stressed or are homesick? So as you can see, most of my questions are kind of build up on the other. So be careful that in the interview, it's just going to be the same thing, because I talked about schedule, I talked about family, and in this question, you will still get these two questions about, being away from family and also, being stressed out, a lot of, homework and being away from friends and you get sick. So the real interview is going to be just the same thing, or even maybe more, more like a real life thing compared to this, and be prepared yourself for that. So, being away from your family, friends, if you have been away already, it's good to mention that this is not my first time, like what I said, this is not my first time that I'm away from my family. I do already have experience of studying abroad, but not for like very long time, but of course for a year in another country, where I was, taking my almost like a master's degree, and I was away. I was totally alone in a foreign country. Even I didn't know the language, because it was totally a different language, which I don't want to say. So that's something that you can say, well, in the UK, I will probably feel more home and probably warmly welcomed for two reasons. First, because you're a student, which is very true, people like you as a student. And the second thing is because you know the language. Of course, if you know the language in any country, you're feeling more, at ease compared to a country that nobody speaks your language at all. So that's the first thing you say, that, well, I have experience. If you don't have, then try to come up with an experience, which I can really not help you, but it depends on different people. How much you are social, introvert, extrovert, that depends on you. And what will you do when you get stressed or are homesick? Do you have experience of being homesick? Because if you are a very social person and you're an extrovert, but among your own friends, definitely if you go to the UK, you are not going to have like friends the next day. And if you don't live in the dorm, you just live, you have your own room or flat, then it's even more difficult, because it's not very easy that the next day you have your like the same 20 friends that you have. You could go, hang out and have party. So try to find yourself, try to think about such kind of a situation already, so that you be able to answer this question in the best way possible, because I really cannot give you any tips for this, because this is something very personal and it's different for everybody. Like I had traveling experience. I don't have a lot of friends, honestly. I have a very for me it's all about quality compared to quantity. We have I have a group of like 10 friends, and we don't see like every day, or every, like maybe we see every week, but not, we used to, when I was in my country, we used to see each other like almost once a week, but not very much. But we were very much in contact with WhatsApp, social media. That's something that I also keep that when I am in the UK right now. I even like we have video conferencing, the whole group from different parts of my country, and we and myself. So we get up on Skype or WhatsApp or Zoom call, and then we talk with each other. That's what I still do like right now. So it depends on you. You can give your own honest answer, which just be prepared. Question 26. Have you applied to any other scholarships? I said yes, I did apply to Fulbright scholarship and a DAD scholarship, and they asked me what are the results? Do you know that you are going to be accepted or not? I said not yet, because I have passed the interview of one of them, and now I'm in the second interview. The interview for the DAD will be in a couple of months or something. I said I don't know, but then they told me, if you get applied to them, what will happen? I said I don't know. If I'm accepted in those other scholarships, I don't know. But then they asked me, if you get accepted to any of these scholarships, you should definitely inform the embassy or the Chevening that, okay, you are selected, and once you're sure that you're going, you have to cancel this, because we don't want to lock a seat for you, and then another person who is supposed to be here is not here because you are here, and then suddenly you don't follow up with the Chevening, you go to Fulbright to the United States, or that to Germany. So be careful, to be honest if you talk about applying to other scholarships. And then even if you say that, well, I love the UK and Chevening, I did not apply that, I come here, or I don't want to apply, or I applied, but still, even if I'm selected, I will come here, you will definitely get this question, why the UK or Chevening Scholarship Program? Why not USA or DAD or any other scholarship that you might know? There are, I don't know, maybe 1,000 scholarships. Then you try to be honest and say, why the UK? I just explained my answer for you, why I said, but it's different for everybody. Maybe I have my friends who hate the UK, they want to go to United Kingdom. I have friends that they wanted to go to Germany for DAD scholarship because of the benefits that DAD offers. You can take your family with yourself. By the way, those of you who didn't succeed, or you don't succeed in Chevening, when I talk about that, I have another YouTube channel that I will put the link below. There I upload videos regarding how to apply for that scholarship, but not for the Fulbright for now. I don't think I will be doing Fulbright as well, because I don't know much about it, although I have applied it. And so try to be honest, why the UK? You like it because of the language, because of the people, because of the education system, whatever. What I explained was I studied at the American University of Afghanistan in my country. I pretty much know how the American education system works, at least with the bachelor's and the master's. And I said going to the UK is going to be a totally new experience compared to going to the United States to pursue my master's there, which will be just building on the same thing. But in the UK, it's not just going to be building on my previous experiences, but I will definitely get new experience, new people, new British accent. And new education system, because the UK system is 10 times tougher than the American system. The education is very good and very tough. That's why I am a challenging person. I want to challenge myself. Instead of taking a piece of cake, I want to take a piece of rock. Okay, 28 here gave us a convincing reason that you will return back to your country when your studies are completed. So if you come from a poor country like Afghanistan or my country or some other countries, that a lot of people, when they go to the UK or Europe or the USA, they apply for asylum seeking or they seek asylum. Then the embassy is always concerned that once you go to the UK, you will apply seek asylum and you do not return back to your country, and then they want you to give them a convincing answer that you will definitely return back, because although the Chevening says that you should not stay, but you can stay, which will have some consequences, of course, which I don't recommend you to stay. That's why I didn't stay, and now I'm following that. I'm on a DAD scholarship currently in Germany, studying my master's here. So that's why I have YouTube channel for a DAD scholarship as well. So you have to give them a convincing reason. Be prepared, because some people say, well, I have a lot of money here, I have house, I have family, I want to return to them. Maybe sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So this is something I cannot really give you any tips, except a few important tips. This is not the answer, actually, this is a tips. The tips are my answers. My answer was that I have a job guarantee. I had an actual letter together with my recommendation letter from my boss, from my supervisor at the Chamber of Commerce, that I have a job guarantee. If I return, or when, not if, but when I return back from the UK having my master's degree, I will have my job, I will have a higher position, I will have a higher salary and more benefits. This was the first thing. The second thing was because I had an NGO and I had around 25 employees working under my supervision. So staying 1 year away and running that was already a big thing for me. It was a big hustle and problem. So I had to return as soon as possible, because we had projects with a lot of money. Actually, we had to handle those projects and not waste the money if I'm not there. And also like my family and other commitments that I had back in my country, I said, well, I have to come back. You have to find them and of course talk about them. Question 29, what are your short-term goals in the next 5 years after your return? You have to prepare yourself your short-term goals. When I return, I want to do this job, I want to write this book, I want to get married, I want to build this big dam, I want to build this clinic, I want to be, this position is waiting for me, I want to be a professor to teach at this place, and all your short-term goals that you have. But be careful that these short-term goals should be in line with your essays that you have already written. And question 30, what are your long-term goals after your return? I don't know why I have that mistake. I normally record these videos in a very honest way. I don't edit them. When I make mistakes, I just make mistakes. I don't want to show myself a person like other YouTubers, that they don't make a mistake at all. Well, we all are humans, we make mistakes. You may don't like my pronunciation, but that's how it is, and I have to deal with this for the rest of my life. And let's be honest with everything we have. That's why I'm trying to make things very friendly, very nice, and we are just helping each other. I'm not the boss. I'm not a very important person to not make mistakes like I just did. That's why we are just friendly. We are all partners. Those people who are watching me, those of you who are still here, I love you to the moon and back. That's why if you see mistakes, pretend I'm your friend. That's why I want you to like the video, subscribe to this channel, write your questions in the comments below. Of course, I will answer them, but it will take some time. So question 30. What are your long-term goals after your return? The same thing like your short-term goals. Make sure to be in line with your essay. Whatever you have written in your essays, be careful to make them in line, and so that you don't say something new that you haven't written or you haven't talked about. This is it, guys. Thank you very much. Following so far, I have another video. I just want to show the title here: Chevening Interview Questions Extra Tips. Here I will give you 10 important tips. It should be a very short clip, like 10 minutes. Please watch that as well following this video. If it's not yet uploaded, it will come, of course, very soon, maybe tomorrow. Prepare yourself. I wish you best of luck and success for your Chevening application. And all the tips you will see there. I don't take more of your time. I love you to the moon and back. Please subscribe to this channel and follow my dad's scholarship channel as well. Subscribe to there as well. Thank you very much. Good luck with your Chevening interview.